How's it going, guys? ElectricVideoGamer here, and I'm doing this again because OBS wasn't working for me, so I'm trying it a different way. I want to give my quick reactions to the PlayStation Showcase. I wasn't able to react to it live because I had to work, unfortunately. But I did keep an ear on the ground to see what was being announced at the time. And let's just say I did have some big reactions, albeit you won't be able to see them necessarily, but I do want to talk about some of the things. First things first, Forspoken. That looks really good. I'm really excited for that. I can't wait to play that one. There's a person of color as a protagonist, which is awesome, and hopefully it fits naturally into the narrative as opposed to just being something shoehorned in. That's all I can really ask for if you're going to represent people of color. Next up, I want to talk about this game that looked kind of Bayonetta-ish. I don't remember what it was called, but it was like a really cool action game, and it looked really awesome, but maybe a little bit too violent for as something for me to enjoy personally. That's how I feel about it anyway. I wasn't able to see much of this, but I did learn about this later on Twitter. Uncharted 4 and Lost Legacy are being remastered for the PlayStation 5. I'm pretty excited about that. It'll give me another excuse to go back to play Uncharted 4 and even give me some motivation to finish Lost Legacy. So that'll be a fun little stream thing to do later on when I continue the Uncharted series. Also, let me talk about the big things for me. The Marvel section. All right, Guardians of the Galaxy looks great. Cosmo the Space Dog is in there, and that's going to be awesome. Looks like there's some hints of Adam Warlock as well. So all I can say is that it's going to be really sweet. I can't wait to see how that goes. It looks better than it did at E3 as well. So I'm excited to try it out. Insomniac came out swinging. I wanted Insomniac games to be shown off here. I really did because I love Insomniac games, and they're basically my reason for owning PlayStation systems. But not only are we getting a Wolverine game, which is already pretty cool because I wanted like Monolith Soft and Platinum Games to work together to make a Wolverine game because it just sounds like it would be awesome, and also it would be on the Switch, and that's kind of my preferred platform. But I will take Insomniac. That is like the next best thing, and it's a very close race as to which one is the best thing. So yeah, Insomniac making Wolverine, that's going to be sweet. But also Spider-Man 2 and with Venom. I'm so excited about that. I already have a pretty good idea how the story's going to go with that one. It's got to be Venom involved, Green Goblin, Craven the Hunter. Oh man, I cannot wait for Spider-Man 2. But unfortunately, I have to, at least until 2023. But that's okay. I'm cool with that. I'm just glad to see it. And we also got Dad of Boy 2. Dad of Boy Ragnarok. You know I mean God of War. But either way, I thought that the showcase was amazing because there was a lot of games that I was really interested in. There was also this one where this girl transformed into different kind of animals, or she like transferred herself into different animals and traveled around. I liked that. That was nice and little cozy too. Either way, a lot of the stuff there was really cool. Now, there wasn't a ton as far as gameplay goes. There was some gameplay, but it was gameplay for games that we already knew were out, or maybe a few new gameplay snippets of other games like Tiny Tina's Wonderland and some other stuff. Um, I will admit there was quite a few things that I wasn't interested in, like Tiny Tina's Wonderlands and GTA and Tom Clancy's 255,000 shooter. Uh, and even God of War, I'm not terribly interested in God of War. There were a few things that I wasn't interested in, but I feel like just Spider Man 2 and Wolverine alone elevated that presentation massively for me to the point where I don't even care if there was stuff I wasn't interested in. Those two announcements made that presentation for me. And I know there was no gameplay shown for it, but I kind of see it the same way I see Metroid Prime 4. There was no gameplay show for Metroid Prime 4, but the name alone and the people behind it made it the big announcement that it was for me. And I feel the same way about Wolverine and Spider-Man 2. So even if the rest of the presentation wasn't exactly hitting the same highs, Wolverine and Spider-Man 2 carried that presentation very high for me. And I am very excited to see what comes from it. All right, so that's my thoughts on the Sony presentation. Let me know what you guys thought. And I will catch you guys in the next one. See you later.